All right, y'all, what I'm about to do today is something that is long overdue. We are about to go through some of our iconic videos and talk about some things that have taken place behind the scenes that most of you don't even know about. So let's get into it. This first one is going to be pretty intense. This was kind of like a life and death situation. It had us all scared. So just bear with me, okay? Sit back, listen to the story. So when we were filming, this had to have been back in, I think it was 2014. We were filming in McDonald at the parking deck. We were on the bottom level, and it was me, Jamarcus, Donald, Ebony, and I feel like it was somebody else. I can't remember who else was it. I don't know if it was Deja, but I feel like it was five of us or Ajane. I don't know. This film got cut short. That's why it's so short because we didn't even get a chance to finish the whole thing. We were out there filming, and what I think is that when it was three employees that came out the courthouse that were parked in the parking deck, they came through. It was two women and a man, and they saw us out there. And I feel like they caught the police on us, either that or somebody saw us on the cameras. But I feel like because we had been out there for a while, and then they came walking to their cars. They saw us out there with the just out. We just out there hanging out, filming, doing our thing. We had the fake prop going, and I feel like they caught the police. Shortly after they had gotten their cars and left, chaos broke loose. We were kind of in a intermission period. I was right next to Jamarcus. We were like standing behind my car on the trunk, on the hood. We had the iPad. We were reviewing the footage, and Donald and Ebony were like much further down. They weren't that close to us. They were further down. Out the blue, we heard, "Get down, get down, get down! Put your hands up, get down!" When I tell you, police came from every direction. Came from behind us. Came from that way. Came from around that way. Police were just. We didn't notice anything. Just out the blue, we just heard them yelling, telling us to get down, get down. They were everywhere. So immediately, me and Jamarcus got down. Donald and Ebony was slower to get down. Like they stood there for a minute, like they were like in shock or something. And I was looking like, y'all get down. I don't know what's going on, but like, what's taking y'all so long to get down? Like they had guns drawn. They were coming from every direction on foot and in cars. So me and Jamarcus on the ground, Donald and Ebony taking their time. And mind you, Donald has the fake gun in his hand. So that's when it really got scary. It took them a minute. They finally got down, but Donald had the fake gun in his hand still. So once that kind of simmered down, we were able to tell the police that we're out here filming. And I was like, okay, okay. They wanted to see the footage that we had got, so we showed them the footage on the iPad. And the guy, one of the officers, ended up telling Donald that he almost shot Donald. He said he was about to shoot Donald because Donald had the fake gun in his hand, and Donald did not get down right away. So he told Donald flat out he was going to shoot him. Very scary situation. That was, I don't know about them, but that was definitely my first time ever being held at gunpoint by a police officer. And I mean, at the time we were like 18, 19, 20 years old, whenever that was. So we were very young, and we should have known better not to be in downtown McDonough in the parking lot near the courthouse with whether the gun was fake or not, just waving the gun around, filming a video like that. If I was to if that was to be now, or I was to go back in time, definitely would not do that. All right, next up we have The Vampire, and still to this day, this film is kind of iconic for it to have been filmed back in 2013. Like we was doing the thing way back then. Me and Jamarcus, we were out there in Jackson, Jenkinsburg, somewhere in that area, filming this at a park. What's interesting that the blood that you see on his hand, that's real blood. It was an accident. He was trying to break that bottle, that beer bottle, whatever it was, and he ended up cutting his hand. So we used that in the film. It was perfect. We didn't have to like add in no sound, no special effects, or get some ketchup packets or whatever. That was real blood on his hand. He rinsed it off. He took a sock off and ripped it and wrapped it around his hand. Like that was real. Also, as you can see, we are dressed very similar. We got on the white shirt and the red shorts, the red and black, and with the shoes, everything. That was not planned. I didn't even realize that until just now. Like we are dressed very similar. Moving on to The Vampire 2. Now, what's funny about this, we did a little movie magic. Um, the house that you see on the exterior, we're not actually in that house, because you see we start on the outside and it zooms and it goes into the door in the house, and then we end up back outside. That house, no one lives in that house. We were in this random neighborhood. Actually, no, it's not a random neighborhood. This was Jamarcus's neighborhood. This was on the side where they were building a new home. So this is a newly built home that we were just out there filming. Um, put my car in the driveway and made it look like we were actually there, but we weren't there. Somebody that was kind of a cul-de-sac, and someone that kind of lived on over that way. So I wonder what they were looking out the window, just wondering like, what were we doing out there? Because we were out there for a while, just playing around. This was filmed on New Year's Eve, by the way, and it was really cold out there. Jamarcus's hands were so ashy, and they were over there clowning Jamarcus so bad for his ashy hands. In his defense, it was really cold, but I mean his hands always be ashy, so whatever. And yeah, I remember after we filmed this, we went to Atlanta after this, and we hung out up in the city that night. Next, we have Grand Theft Auto. Now, this was also filmed in Jamarcus's neighborhood as well, over on the side where nothing had been built yet. This was like in the late summer, like September, and I remember it was really hot that day, and I had just recovered from being sick. I don't know if I had just got my wisdom teeth pulled or something, which caused me to be sick. But this was less than a week after that, so I'm out there in the heat with not as much energy trying to film this video. We were out there for a while, and Jamarcus is out here in this puffer vest. No comment on that. But this was a very fun video to film. It was Jamarcus's idea, by the way. This was his idea. I think the vampire was his idea as well. But we collaborated, we filmed it, and this to me is iconic to this day. Moving on to the exchange. Now, we are notorious for going to random spots and taking over. Well, how we like back in the day we used to do that. This was a random hotel. We went in the lobby and took over. As you can see, we was in there filming a whole drug exchange. Like we went and got some of their bags. We those bags that you see Erica bring over to Lester was supposed to be cocaine in them. Literally, we got like that cabinet over there with the that's below the mirror. We went in there. It's full of like paper towels, napkins. We just stuffed it with stuff. And then when you see me over there behind the counter, like passing Erica the card, it's like we just went in that lobby and took over. We used to go there and hang out all the time. And we had a friend. We had Chris Monroe, one of our friends. He used to work there. He was actually working there that night, which I think that was the night that we found out that he worked there. We didn't know, so we were just in there. We had just about got through filming, then he walked out because his shift was over. He was like, "Hey, what's up?" Um, Fast forward to maybe a year or so after that, we had got kicked out of the hotel. We weren't doing anything bad in particular, but the people were standing at the front desk, and we walked in, and we made a beeline over to the corner where we usually hang out over by the this ducked off where they can't really see where the restrooms are, and they were looking like these young kids just walked up in here and went over there and then come check in. We never seen them before. So they came and peeked around the corner, then went back over, then they came back again like, y'all gotta leave. I was like, first time that's happened. We used to be able to hang in here for a while, but we've been hanging out, taking pictures, making videos, and all that. As you can see, it's a beautiful hotel. Great backdrop to film some shit. So, oh, also before I move on to the next video, as you can see that Erica's getting into my car, but look, some more movie magic. I was the one driving the car. It made it look like she got in my car and sped off, but I was like, I was not letting nobody drive my car. So we cut. I got in. I pulled off. Thankfully, that went well because I pulled off really quick. It was dark and it was it had just got through raining, so I sped off of that thing. Moving on to James and I. Now, I've been trying to get James to do a part 2 to this best friend facts video, whatever, however you want to title it. But James is in Florida or somewhere doing his own thing. Like we can't link up and do this. But I want to do another video like this with James. We filmed this back when I was staying in Midtown at my condo. And what's funny is that this was like the second version that you're seeing. We had filmed this whole video. I went back and looked at it. I was like, I don't like it. Let's film it again. So we went and refilmed the whole thing. And what you see is what we refilmed. I kind of wish I would have kept that footage from what we had. Well, actually, you know what? I just remember what kind of pisses me off. That footage was filmed on my Snapchat. We filmed clips of it and put it together, but my old Snapchat got deleted. on some bullshit. So that's why I no longer have the footage. But don't get me started on that because I'll go down a whole tangent about my old Snapchat getting deleted and all my memories gone. But James, I miss you. We need to link up at some point in time before we all die. Yeah, let me know. Hoverboard dance tricks. This is kind of getting out of order now. I'm skipping around kind of, but this right here, I cringe at it because I'm just like, I actually like I literally went and parked my car on the racetrack, on the track and field, on the football field. Like I was just out there doing any and everything. Like I literally went and drove my car into the onto the track and parked it right there. Like what was I doing? No one was out there though, so nobody saw me except for the people that watched this video. That was an era. Like the hoverboard era, I had two different hoverboards. That second one, I threw that shit in the trash because it kept throwing me off. It kept malfunctioning and throwing me off. Really, like that shit had me fucked up. I was like, oh no. The first one, me and Samantha, we literally like disassembled the whole hoverboard. Like we took it apart and looked on the inside. It was like, wow, so this is how it looks on the inside. Like we was really in there doing some shit. The second one went in the trash. I ain't finna act like it was a happy ending with that one. Horror in the Woods. We had 4 parts. The first part, has the iconic fight scene when it's me, Ajane, and Kendra fighting. That to this day is so hilarious. Like, I'm just like, what were we doing? So in the beginning of part 3, when Ajane and Deja were walking down the sidewalk, it's funny because I was out there with a whole iPad filming them. So I'm walking in front of them. I'm walking backwards, walking downhill, and I'm almost falling and stuff. I'm trying to like not fall, and we're going in the curve. So I find that interesting how we made that work. And then the scene, once it got dark, we were fighting daylight, but it was like, okay, whatever. It's a horror flick, so it's dark. That's fine. It wasn't as lit as I had wanted it to be. But this parking lot where we did the fight scene, I find it interesting and cringe as well because like there's like a senior living neighborhood right next to that. So I could just imagine they was like, what the hell is going on over there? Like just the noises that we were making, like we were making animal noises, and Ajane was screaming to the top of her lungs. So just to think, like the old people in that neighborhood were really wondering what is happening over there. I'm surprised they didn't call the police on us. So right here we have my Cowboy Carter film. If you have not seen it, please go check it out. I worked very hard on this film. I worked very hard on all my art. But this one right here, this is some of my best work. So go check it out. The scene for Levi's jeans when I'm in the Levi's store. So when you see I'm in the dressing room, that's a completely different store. That's not when I'm in the dressing room changing. That's not even the Levi's store. That's in Kohl's. I filmed at 2 different stores. So when I was in the dressing room, I went and found some Levi's jeans because Kohl's sell Levi's jeans. So I got some Levi's jeans and filmed that particular part in Kohl's. And the way I had the camera mounted up in the corner on this little, they have like a little shelf in the corner that with a little padding that you put little pins in. Like if you have one of those button down shirts with the pins in it, you take it out, put it in it. So I had my phone up there because I know my dad was asking me, how did I film that? With the camera angle and all that. But like the other shots in Levi's store, I was actually in the Levi's store, like walking around, filming that part. And I did that right before I went to work because I used to work down there at Tanger by the Levi's store. So I went in there, filmed that, and then went to work. The opening scene for Blackbird, I was upset during the time, but I made it work. I have a drone. I was supposed to have a shot of the drone from up high looking down on me into the truck. The drone did not want to act right for nothing. All I was able to get was a picture. So I was just like, how am I going to get this shot from above? So what I ended up doing was getting my tripod, sitting it on top of my truck, and pointing it down to me laying in the bed of the truck. And that's how I got that shot. But it would have looked completely different from how I wanted the drone to fly in over me and then drop down over top of me. That's how I wanted it to turn out. But it still turned out good. But just know, a drone was supposed to be involved, but that drone, it ought to be in the trash right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much a breakdown of some of the things that have taken place over the years behind the scenes with a lot of our videos. Like it was a group effort for us to put a lot of these videos together. I've been doing this for a long time. Like it's 2026. I created this YouTube channel back in 2012. So many memories, so many videos, just so much has taken place If you stayed to the end of this video, I want you to comment a particular emoji so that I know that you watched to the end. That emoji will be sloth emoji. For those who know, the sloth and the rock star hand symbol. Okay, so comment those two emojis in the comment section so that I know you stayed to the end of this video, and I will catch you next time.